Alright, welcome to Kampala, Uganda. I'm in the old taxi park here, and I'm at the Wantoni Mukono stage. I need to go to Mukono town from the right in the city center. So in case you want to get to any part of the country, come to the old taxi park. These are 14-seater taxis, but for some reason Mukono chooses to use the coasters, and I think I'm going to use one of these. So let's find ourselves here. So it is 4,000 up to Mukono. Now I don't know where I should sit. Probably somewhere in the middle here. And I should have a good view for myself. Yeah. It retracts. So let's continue from here. Uganda is actually a beautiful country, and yep. Now this is a minibus, 28-seater. I don't know when we will fill up, but well and good. I'm optimistic. This is Kampala for you, beautiful district. So it seems we are filling up quite fast, which is amazing. 3 people just arrived, making life a bit alright. And I just saw something right there. Actually, Uganda is kind of gifted with beautiful women. Anyway, maybe that's just me, but I wonder whether you agree. Anyway, we should find ourselves in any time soon. So there are actually a lot of kiosks to help a few people traveling to get something to eat here and there. Yeah, so traveling in Uganda is quite simplified. And I just seen something right there in the city center. I don't know whether you guys are able to see it with me. So it looks like today on the when I decided to board my bus. It's very interesting. 1, 2. Okay, that's quite many. That's quite many remaining. Anyway, I'm on my way. Now that we are at the old taxi park, it fits it to give you a bit of history. And many actually consider this the heartbeat of Uganda, or the heartbeat of public transportation in Uganda. Now, before it became a transit hub, the downtown valley where this park sits was part of the rapidly growing commercial center, expanding eastwards from Old Kampala Hill and south from Nakasero. And as Kampala grew into the commercial capital during the colonial era and early post-independence years, the centralized transport systems began to emerge. Initially, we had people rely on private vehicles, large buses, and the eventual informal shared cars. This plot of land that became the old tax park was designated as a central parking and departure ground for commercial transport operator, which actually solidified this place as the city's primary transit station. Now, between the 70s and 80s, the true identity of the old taxi park took shape along the rise of the taxis, which Kenyans call matatus, basically shared mini bus taxis. And this was disrupted in the 70s as formal bus systems in Uganda declined significantly. Informal operators then filled the void using 14-seater minibuses, those blue dotted ones in the distance that you see there. Basically, the old taxi park is surrounded by massive markets like Nakasero up in the distance, and then Owino down the other side. You could look at this old tax park as some sort of organized chaos, and this is mostly from the 90s to the 2010s, as it had achieved a legendary status for its visual intensity. It came to look like an intricate jigsaw puzzle, packing with hundreds of distinctive white minibuses with blue checkered stripes. And nowadays they operate a stage system. There was a time it was under UTODA, I think Uganda's Taxis Operators and Drivers Association. This park transcends transport and becomes a massive economic ecosystem surrounded by bustling shopping plazas like Aponye up there, Mukono Uganda recently demolished Namaganda Plaza. But because the parking remained unpaved, it became environmentally challenging during the rainy season, where it would become dusty and then muddy during the rainy season. So it became transformed over the years. By 2020, the facility was handling over 200,000 commuters daily. And in May 2022, during the COVID lockdown pandemic, public transport was temporarily halted, giving Kampala City Authority the window to launch a massive rehabilitation project, which overhauled the design to modernize it to what you see now, laying down heavy-duty concrete pavement. This is asphalt concrete, constructing walkways, and then digital passenger guide systems. Not very digital, more of lights anyways. Now the newly rehabilitated old tax park was officially reopened to operators in 2022. Today it retains the vibrant energy and fast pace. Anyway, we are heading to Mukono because all the routes from around here take you all over the country. And let's get there without me boring you anymore with much of these details. So we are going to pass through Lukogo, then Nakawa, and then from Nakawa find ourselves in Boyagenwe, and then further into Mama Veseta, and then Mukono. Hope I'll be able to show you all those points along the way.